Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I would like to welcome you all to our meeting number 362 at Speaker's Den. My name is Toastmaster Velavan and I will be the sergeant at arms in today's meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind everyone that this meeting will be recorded. Some parts of the meeting may also be used for promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting here, we have some ground rules we follow during every course of the meeting. First, please mute yourself when you're not speaking. Second, don't interrupt while someone is speaking. If you were to move during the meeting, please turn off your camera. Third, please be mindful when addressing sex, religion, and politics during the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting. Please support and encourage the fellow Toastmasters by turning on your camera and warm smiles and claps. Use Zoom interaction buttons to express yourself during the meeting. As you are aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmaster mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of the club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help them boost their self-confidence and personal growth. To take the meeting forward, I would welcome to our presiding officer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Velavan. So I would like to give an introduction on Toastmasters. Toastmaster International is a worldwide non-profit educational organization that empowers individuals to become more effective in communication and leadership. It was founded by Ralph C. Smedley in October 1924, when the first Toastmasters meeting was held at the YMCA in Santa Ana, California. That was like around 100 years back. Now, the organization's membership, it exceeds 3.5 lakhs in number of people, and more than 16,000 clubs are there in over 143 countries. Our Speakers Den is 10 years old, and it was founded September 25th, 2012. While we join Toastmasters for public speaking, there are two additional benefits which come along the way, leadership and networking. Once you're a member, you can give speeches, take up roles across the globe. With that, I would like to introduce our guests, understand and get to know our guests. So could you please, Nazmur Rahim, can we start with you? Can you tell us what you do and where you're from and what brings you to Speakers Den?
Yeah, hi. This is Nazmur Rahim. I'm from Bangladesh. I actually got a referral from one of my group members in another course, CXO High. So this is the background of my joining over here. And then professionally, I'm a banker. I've been in this banking industry for almost 26 years. I started my career in ANZ Greenleys, then Standard Chartered. Now I'm working in a local private bank, BRAC Bank PLC, as Senior Executive Vice President and Head of Alternate Banking Channels. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We are excited to have you. Guest Alar Selvam, could you please introduce yourself? You're speaking on mute.
Okay. Good day. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for this opportunity. So myself, I.S. Selvam, I am based out of Bangalore. I am from the professional of IT background. So I have an experience of more than 10 years in the IT industry, starting from various. I was started my career from support, and right now I'm in lead position. So I got a referral from my manager to come to this platform and to improve my communication skill and network. So this is a way. So this is my first day, I can say. So I look forward to more enthusiasm and more opportunity and more network to improve my communication and further.
Thank you for joining us. Best of luck on your goals. Siddharth?
Thank you.
Can you please?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Siddharth. I am from Punjab, and currently I'm doing my MCom. and I found about speakers then from YouTube, and I thought it was a very good platform for improving communication skills. So I decided to join as a guest, and hope I can be a member as well. And really good to meet you all.
Thank you for joining us, Siddharth. Okay, Toastmasters, it's one of the most
Thank you.
positive platforms.
We
We do.
also have another guest, Toastmaster Jitendra. Jitendra is
Oh, sorry, Jitendra, Toastmaster Jitendra. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, first of all, good morning to everyone. Sorry to
Morning.
be session. So I'm Jitendra Khanna. I had been to corporate close to 28 years. I've just taken a sabbatical, and from almost 1 year, I'm doing a lot of things which is in my insightful part where I live for passion of entire thing. And I have put 2 books into publication last 1 year. And my vision, my mission is to have something to give back to society in terms of a lot of things. And where I found this communication is very important part because in my corporate journey also I do a lot of profile, I do a lot of meeting schedules, but I love to have better communication in terms of what they require. And my second thing is to be a TED speaker. So to go with the journey, I just want to have further more clarity in terms of what we require because this I believe is one of the best platform, and I want to indulge myself properly. I want to surrender so that I can be able to take this in a proper way. So I am very grateful, thankful for this opportunity, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jitendra, for joining us. Thank you to our guests, Siddharth, Jitendra, Alvar Selvan, and Nazmur, for taking the initiative to join us. We are really excited to have you. So Toastmasters, it is one of the positive platforms. We do one thing that is very critical. We break fear of public speaking, the unknown fear, like what will happen if I fail, or what will happen if I forget my lines, what will people think of me? Let me assure you, at Speakers Den, Toastmasters, we encourage you to fail, and constantly we push our members. Don't feel shy, speak up, it's okay to fail. We learn it, we learn from it. But one thing which will make us perfect is practice. And to do that, we need to speak up in every meeting. So I would want everybody to switch on their video to let go, to relieve ourselves from the uncomfortable feeling. And once someone speaks up in the meeting, we do something interesting. We clap. And since this is a virtual meeting, we switch on our videos and clap. Or you can choose to send emojis to show that you're clapping. Every meeting has a theme. Today's theme is Valentine's Day. And to talk about Valentine's Day, to celebrate the day of love, our love for our people and what we do, that is speaking in leadership, I'd like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Akshay. He is deeply passionate about the quality and continuous improvement, not just professionally, but also in his personal life. He thrives on connecting with people from various backgrounds and is an avid travel enthusiast. Toastmaster Akshay, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rubina. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. I'm your Toastmaster of the day, and I think everyone can guess by looking at the background, right? So, what's the theme for the today? Anyone want to talk about what's the theme? All right, so it's the Valentine's Day. I would say post-Valentine's Day. I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day filled with warmness and love. So when I was in school, I proposed my girlfriend on Valentine's Day, and but she asked me, why are you proposing me on this day? Why not other day you chosen to propose me? I got shocked by her question, and I went back and did research on Google, and I found that Valentine's Day is celebrated globally on 14th February. This special day for Saint Valentine, a kind person from history. It turned into the time to celebrate love, where the people share cards and gifts to show affection for each other. So let me share a small story that captures the sense of love in unexpected places. Imagine a busy city after Valentine's Day, and instead of the usual gestures, grand gestures, I saw only loving scenes. There was an older couple sitting in a park, just sharing a quiet moment together, no fancy gift, just simple actions that said a lot about their strong bond. It made me think about how love changes over time, finding beauty in everyday moments. Further, I saw a group of friends in a cafe, laughing and enjoying each other's company. Their joy reminded me that love is not just about the romance. It's also bonds we have with friends who feel like family. Further down on the street, a little kid was handing out handmade cards to his neighbor, spreading pure innocent love. It made me appreciate that the simplicity of expressing love without any reservation. A lesson we could all learn as a Toastmaster. We are here to refine our communication skills, but let's not forget the heart behind those skills. Our ability to connect, understand, and share success stories is kind of love too. The human connection that we value, right? Let me ask you, how many of you experienced something unexpectedly heartwarming after Valentine's Day? A gesture, a moment, something that you smile and appreciate the beauty of love in everyday life. I would like to hear from yours or someone that you know how they celebrated the Valentine's Day. Uh, can can I have a few volunteers to talk on the Valentine's Day? How you celebrated? I would love to hear.
Samita has raised hand. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yes. So my Valentine's Day was more on self-love, and I showered myself with chocolates, flowers, books, and gadgets. I gifted myself everything this Valentine's Day, and I felt extremely happy. This is the first time I'm doing so. Usually I buy for others. This time it was a different thing from the norm. And trust me, it's a very good process. Everyone should try it once.
Amazing. Amazing. I love this. Self-love is very important. And I think kudos. Anyone else? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I
Thinking of
can
the
use. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time. Maybe I never did till now. Maybe my marriage happened now. I mean, around we have 15 years of marriage. But maybe this year I gave a flower, I mean, like a rose to my wife. So she was so happy seeing that one. Maybe that's the first time I'm showing that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Arun.
Yes,
Yes.
my experience was it was my first Valentine's Day with my wife. So we recently got married 7 months before. So after that it was the first Valentine's Day. So I used to come to office yearly, but I couldn't because of some meetings and all. So my she's waiting for me to arrive and go to outside for dinner and all. So as usual, I came late. Anyway, she can understand. I was busy with some meeting and all, and I shared some chocolates like as usual. The chocolates is the basic for love. I shared the sweet, and then we are used to go out and we took some dinner and all and come back. This was my Valentine's Day experience for today.
Yeah. You want to go next?
Yes, Toastmaster Venkatesh, you want to share your experience on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, actually, this Valentine's Day actually converted into Saraswati Puja. My mother told to get up at 5 a.m. and told you should do all, and she advised me around half to 1 hour. You do this, you don't do this, and this is the time that God Saraswati will bless you with more of knowledge. That's it from my side. Over to you, Timot Akshay.
It was amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing those heartwarming moments. Please give a round of applause for yourself. Okay. Uh, so, as we gather here post Valentine's Day, let's celebrate the diverse facts of love. It's not just about the romantic love, but also the bond we create, the friendship we cherish, and the warmness we share within this Toastmaster family. In our journey of getting better, let's not forget the love for personal growth and the support that we offer for each other. Let's make this post Valentine's Day meeting a celebration of love in its all forms. With that, I would like to start our meeting. Our Toastmaster meeting consists of 3 sessions. First is a prepared speech session, second, table topic session, and third, evaluation session. But this is not end of this meeting, as we have very special fifth Rockstar program post these 3 sessions. With that, let's join me to welcome our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Lalita. Toastmaster Lalita is HR by profession and has around 10 plus years of experience. She has completed EMA in Public Administration and PG Diploma in HR Management. Let's give a round of applause for General Evaluator Toastmaster Lalita. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay, for that wonderful introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm your General Evaluator for the day. As a General Evaluator, I shall evaluate the entire meeting from start to end. I'll keep an eye on all the activities and give a report at the end of the meeting. To help me in this role, I have a tag team. I would call each one of them to tell you what they are going to do in this meeting. So let me introduce you to them. First, we have timer, Toastmaster Saptanshu. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning, Toastmasters, my fellow Toastmasters, and thank you for my introduction. So, as a timer, I'll time the table topic speakers' formal speeches and the evaluations. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green cards. So, can you please confirm if my green card is visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Green card, yellow cards, and red card, which denote specific timings. So those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, again, I'll raise the green card. At 3 minutes, at 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. There would be a 30-second buffer timing for which no additional card will be displayed. For table topics, the table topic speech should be between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1.5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. There would be again a 30-second buffer timing for which no additional card will be displayed. Now back to Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saptanshu, for introducing yourself. Next, I would like to call our counter, Toastmaster Venkatesh, to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, Lalita. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, what, so, and you know. I will also listen for pause fillers, including and er. I will also note the repeated uses used by speakers such as I. At the end of the meeting, I will report that each speaker has used this expression. Over to you, Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Venkatesh, for your introduction. Next, I would like to call upon grammarian Toastmaster Samita to introduce yourself.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Madam. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to the language usage. I'll take note of any misuse of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce to the word of the day. And since it is Valentine's Day that we are celebrating, the word of the day is cherished. Cherished means something which you deeply love, value, and treasure. Examples are, she wore her grandmother's cherished necklace on her wedding day as a symbol of the close bond. Or, the old teddy bear was a cherished childhood possession filled with memories of bedtime stories and comforting her. I request everyone to use the word of the day. I am also posting it in the chat box. I will present my report when called upon by the General Evaluator later in the meeting. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, tag team, for the introduction. Please give a big round of applause for the tag team. I would now like to pass on the stage to Toastmaster TMOD Akshay.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Lalita. Please give her a round of applause. Now we will move to our next segment, that is prepared speech session. So our today's speaker is Toastmaster Pragya. So before I introduce Toastmaster Pragya, I would like to call upon her evaluator, Toastmaster Sakshi. So Toastmaster Sakshi is originally from Punjab. She has spent the last decade living across India. She's most recently settled in Bengaluru. Sakshi enjoys reading books, trying to cook new dishes, and love to go on trips. Toastmaster Sakshi, please tell us about the speech objective. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. Today, I will be evaluating Toastmaster Pragya. Pragya was born and brought up in Odisha and is currently located in Bangalore. She works as a management consultant, and aside from work, she likes to read and play badminton. Today, she'll be attempting her pathway presentation mastery, L1 P3. The title of her speech is Because Things Always Work Out in the End. Timer, please note that the duration of her speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Akshay.
Can you please once again talk about this title? Things always?
Because things always work out in the end.
Work out in the end. Thank you, Toastmaster Sakshi. Yes, speaker Toastmaster Pragya, please quickly have audio video check. Yes, you are audible. Okay. Toastmaster Pragya, because things always work out in the end. Toastmaster Pragya. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. Good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Raise your hands if you have ever found yourself in a situation where you feel everything just seems to fall apart. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, or It could be a dream that you cherished, but just feels out of reach. I see a lot of raised hands. In those moments of despair, you feel the question that keeps rumbling in your mind is, will things ever work out? Is it even meant to happen? Let me ask you one more question. And please tell me by a show of your hand that fast forward a few months, maybe even years later, have you ever looked back at those same moments and felt and realized that, well, eventually it did work out in the end? Can I please see a raise of hands? Well, as much as I can guess, it seems the same number. But think about it. If you take a step back and think and reflect on how things unfolded in such scenarios, you will realize that the obstacle that seemed so insurmountable at that moment was actually paved the way to something new, to a new opportunity, to a new area of growth. Maybe that was just a blessing in disguise. Maybe that rejection was actually a redirection. And not just in our personal lives. If you actually look at it, there are plenty of examples, there are plenty of stories that you will get to hear where that one adversity or that seemingly difficult situation, it actually led to a new success story. Think of Steve Jobs. Well, think of Steve Jobs. He was ousted from his own company that he co-founded, Apple. But later, he did not give up. He went on to establish Next, Pixar, and then eventually came back to Apple to lead a new and unprecedented level of success for Apple. Think of J.K. Rowling. She was rejected multiple times by multiple publishers before finding success. Can you imagine Harry Potter series being rejected? I cannot. And even all this while, she was also dealing and battling with her own personal life issues. So all these things that I have just mentioned, these are all long-term chapters of our life that plays out over the course of months, years, and so on. But not just the long-term issues. It also applies to the short-term and the day-to-day issues that we come across in our life. Let me give you an example of that. Imagine yourself being stuck in the Bangalore traffic for 40 minutes or over an hour at a stretch. Mad, frustrated, huffing, puffing. But what's the point? What will all that accomplish? Nothing at all. You will only drain your energy. Sure, you got caught up in the traffic. That stinks. But honking that horn will not make the cars in front of you move away faster. Or supposing you are in your right mind, that neither will you jump out of your car and run to the car in front of you and pick up a fight out of anger. So what can you do about it? Maybe nothing. But you can stay in your car. Enjoy the extra minute that you have got to yourself. Maybe put on some music. Maybe call up that old friend that you wanted to talk to in a very long time. Or maybe do some extra research for the new thing that you have been wishing to or intending to buy. So the point that I'm trying to drive over here, the point is that when you accept the situation that you cannot control, you go with the flow, it enables you to open your consciousness to new opportunities, to new experiences that you may never know can be the stepping stone, something greater that you could have ever imagined in your life. So all I'm trying to say is, when life throws a curveball at you, it's very easy to lose the sight of hope, to be caught up, to be completely engrossed in those moments of despair. But it's very important to have that mindset, to trust in the process, to trust in the journey, to embrace the challenge, and to walk in faith, because everything eventually works out in the end. No matter how dark the night may seem, the dawn will inevitably break. I will leave you all with this thought. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pragya. Please give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Pragya. Now we will move to our next segment, that table topic session, and we have today's table topic master, Toastmaster Sankhya. He's been making robots work in finance for 18 years, turning dull into cool. He tells stories so well that even boring number sheets want to laugh. And when he is not playing with the robots or making people laugh, he he's chowing down on his favorite dish, biryani. Here is the number of guys who know how to mix fun, work, and good meal. Over to you, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akshay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an amazing session, which is the impromptu session. That's called the table topic session. And before we start off with the session, may I request everyone to switch on the video, because that will give a lot of interactions, definitely. Let's see who can switch on the video first. Thanks, Jitendra. You're awesome. Okay, while others switch on the video, let me tell you a story which I haven't shared with anyone else. Well, that was long back, in my college days, when I had a crush on someone, and after a lot of excitement and nervousness, I pop up the question. Well, the same question. I mean, I pop up the 3 words, I love you. But then came back a question. The question was, why me? Oh my God. That I was not prepared with. My mind turns blank because, of course, I was very nervous and I couldn't find anything. I mean, the only thing was that, yeah, because I like you, that's it. But why me? Is there a technical definition? How do I describe that? Now, when my mind became blank, of course, that didn't succeeded much. But later on in my life, I realized that talking impromptu plays a very, very important role in our life. Now, whether that's offering someone your heart out, or speaking your heart out in the appraisal discussion with your boss, it can be anything at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, this session is all about impromptu, and that's what we called the table topics. So what we are going to do here is I'm going to give you a few topics, and you need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, which means that at 1 minute, you need to, our timer, Toastmaster Saptangshu, will be displaying his green card, which means that minimum 1 minute you have to speak. So till the time the green card is being displayed, you need to keep on speaking. The yellow card, which will be displayed at 1 minute 30 seconds, is an alert that, hey, now you can start wrapping up your speech. And at 2 minutes is going to show a red card, which means that that's it. But however, in Toastmaster, we get another 30 seconds. It's just a love that Toastmaster shared with us for another 30 seconds. So we have another 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. But if you exceed even by 1 second extra from the 2 minute 30 second, that will be disqualified. So let's start with And I would request everyone to switch on the video, because that's when we can really say love is in the air. And let's cherish the moments all together. Okay, let me start off with my first topic. And may I request Toastmaster Samita to be the first one? Okay,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Samita, your topic for today is chocolate or flowers. I repeat, chocolate or flowers. Toastmaster Samita.
What a beautiful question in this Valentine's week. What do I love best? Chocolates or flowers? Chocolates, of course, I love them. And lots of them, not one or two. Flowers, on the other hand, speaks of that romance. I'm an eternally romantic person. So those 100 roses for me speaks volume. When I look back, which one would I choose? You'll be surprised to know none of them. For me, love means having that warm, fuzzy feeling of when you are talking to a person at the end of the day, and that day, your day was very bad. And the person makes you feel everything is okay. That cannot be expressed by chocolates or flowers, but simply by words, by a warm hug, by a cup of coffee on your hand and saying, doesn't matter, tomorrow things will work out. It also means that on a rainy day, when I don't feel like getting out of my bed, I get a hot cup of tea with pakoda and say, that doesn't matter, stay in your bed, let's sit and talk today, the day out. Chocolates or flowers, I would choose neither. I would choose the person who can make me feel cherished throughout the year by small gestures every single day, which makes me feel happy, reminds me that love is in the air, not on Valentine's Day, not on Valentine's week or February month. It's every single day. Over to you, Toastmaster, tabletop master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. And I would love to give you both the flowers and the chocolates at the same time. Okay, now moving on, may I request our guest, Silvam, if I have pronounced your name correctly?
Yes, yes.
Super. So your topic would be a very interesting one, and this is love at first sight. Is it real? I repeat, love at first sight. Is it real?
Yes, thanks that one. First of all, love at first sight, I can say to my mother love. So love at first sight, when I saw my mother's face and first time when I born, it is a love, I can say. Also, whenever the second love in my life, love at first sight, when I was saw my wife in my marriage thing. So that time we don't know anything because of I got to marriage, it's arranged marriage only. But some feel will come from our inside thing. So this is my partner. I'm going to start in another 30 years with her only. That is like kind of love at first sight. Without knowing anything about our family, everything. But the feeling will come from our inside. Okay, this is a girl. I'm going to share my life next 30 years with her. So I believe on love at first sight. When I was born, when I saw my mother, and next I can say my wife. So both the time I can say love at first time uh, perfectly work for me. I believe on love at first. Thanks. Thanks. Over to you, Andy.
Thank you, Alaservam. That was an amazing one, and I can believe that love and first sight do exist there. Okay, thank you so much. And the next one goes to Toastmaster Veena. Toastmaster Veena, your topic is Valentine's Day. Are they overrated? I repeat, Valentine's Day, are they overrated?
Thank you, Toastmaster Shanko, for this topic, because I think of all the people here, this topic is really, it suits me being, in my 20s. So in about Valentine's Day, I believe it is slightly overrated, probably an unpopular opinion, because like many people here believe that love should be celebrated every day at first sight and at every sight after that, and we should appreciate our people every day, and we should live in a lot of gratitude. I also want to make a case for Galentine's Day, and probably another day for boys, where they also have some time for their buddies, where how us girls celebrate with our girls. This time I celebrated Valentine's Day with my girls, and I think it was one of the best days I celebrated, where we just took some time off. Of course, we hang out most of the times, but we took some time off to specially celebrate and appreciate ourselves and our friendship, and we spent time crocheting. So we need more days like this, more different days like this, where we have Valentines, we have Galentines, probably for boys, Valentines, I'm not sure. But, have more days and appreciate people every day, and of course, on February 14th. Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veena. This was amazing one. And next, I would love to invite Jitendra. Jitendra, your topic is the art of apologizing in love. I repeat, the art of apologizing in love.
Okay. First of all, it's a wonderful topic given by Sankhaji because apology is very important part for any person to accept the facts of life. Because when you're going to have apology, it means you are going to give a sort of a openness to your word, openness to your acceptance, openness to have a second round with a connect. And it's a cherished moment for every person to apologize. And when you go with this topic, this is something which is always very important for any person to grow. Unless until you're not able to accept, you're not able to apologize, you're not able to have a fact and factual what being happened, what being there, you can't able to have a connect. You can't have a second sense of like a phenomenon. And like which is very important for anyone to grow is something to accept, to have a gesture, to have gratitude, to have failure, to have failure, and to have a like a part of a giving. And this giving is going to come when we have a like a what is a set of the your stepping stone of apology, because apology is going to give you something which is a very important part of your entire body, spirituality, social science, your activity. Because when you're going to give something which is being required, and secondly, when you're going to do this thing, the second person to whom you're speaking, it gives such a affection, such a empathy, such a compassion that what will happen after you this 3 4 words of your apology part going to give us some sort of a feeling, okay, that again rejoice, again come to a part of love, again to a part of affection. So my only thing is this is something which I must say with a proper stamping on it. Please be focused, please be alert, and please be live with the fact of apologies, because apology is one part to stepping stone of every person's life. And I lastly say, Valentine Day is again a part where we cherish. But when we go to apologize, yes, we're not able to cherish a day. It's again a beginning of the day. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Jitendra. A round of applause for Jitendra. That was amazingly well done. Uh, absolutely agreed. Now, let me move on to the next one. It's a very interesting topic, and may I request Toastmaster Arun? Okay, Toastmaster Arun, your topic would be love in digital age, the pros and cons. I repeat, love in digital age, the pros and cons.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya, for this topic. Yeah, love in digital age. Yeah, love is there in all ages, like even before the digital age comes, and then even the digital age. So I feel like love in either before the digital or in the digital age is there, but the influence of the digital mediums probably is giving some direction, I mean, like wrong directions to maybe in the initial or maybe adolescent age, right? Like that gives a lot of, it's not opportunities, it's kind of a direction, I mean, wrong direction to I mean, like the people in that age, in age group. So I feel like it should have been a little more careful, but it's very difficult to put any restriction, especially in this era. Maybe parents or uh, the guardians should actually taken care, little care, to actually set some kind of value system, uh, so that they will not go in the wrong direction. Otherwise, I feel like the digital, even the digital age, it was there earlier also, it was there, I mean, in after the digital age as well. In both cases, love happens, but I think like this is going in little more in a wrong direction sometimes. That's where, as per the report says. Right, so this is little not carefulness is required in this era. That's what it is generally seen. Yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, thank you, Sankhya, for the topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. Very well said. And now moving on to the last topic which I have for today. May I request Toastmaster Velavan to be on the stage? Okay.
Yes.
Toastmaster Velavan, your topic is candle night dinner, essential or cliche? I repeat, candle night dinners, essential or cliche?
Candlelight dinners are essential or cliche. So there are, speaking of candlelight dinners, it's a very romantic thing. I have seen a lot of movies and shows where there are nice ambient with in a restaurant, two two people having an sitting and having a dinner, which looks very romantic and very aesthetic also. It's I would say that's a very romantic thing to do. It's not a cliche of in my opinion, because it has a lot of it has a good ambience where you can sit and talk on hours to end with your loved ones. It could be you could go to a restaurant, or you could do it in your home itself. Like you just need two candles and you just light those candles and sit in your home and just talk and have a good time with your partners. So candlelight dinners, in my opinion, are it's a very romantic thing to do, especially if you have a romantic partner. So that's my opinion on candlelight dinners. Over to you, Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Velavan. That was very romantic, no doubt about that. And with Love is in the Air, that was all about our table topic for today's session. And back to you, Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sankhya. Let's give huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sankhya for amazing table topic session on today's theme of Valentine's Day. We cherished this session and truly made this session memorable. Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Now we will move to our next evaluation segment, and I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. I would like to divide the evaluation into three parts. So the first part would be the speaker evaluation, the second part would be the tag team report, and the third would be my overall evaluation of the entire meeting. So let's start with the first part, that is the speaker evaluation. So for the first speaker for today's meeting was Toastmaster Pragya, and our evaluator was Toastmaster Sakshi. I call upon Toastmaster Sakshi to present our evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. So the topic for today was because things always work out in the end. It was a great speech, Pragya. Kudos on that. So I'll be breaking down my evaluation into two parts. Areas where you excelled at, and some areas that you could probably work on to help enhance your speech. So I'll start with the positives. So starting with engaging with the audience, it's always a good thing, as it ensures that they now have your attention. And you did amazingly well at that. You had a very animating approach towards narrating those stories, which is a great thing because it helps guide the audience in the kind of emotions that you're trying to generate out of them. So I really like that you used your hand gestures and the voice modulation very nicely to narrate those stories. I also liked how you had a very good flow to the story. You started with establishing your point by asking us about the adversities that we faced, and then you inundated us with like super relatable examples of not just some obscure ones, but the public figures like Steve Jobs and J.K. Rowling. And you also gave us our own example of getting stuck in the Bangalore traffic. Like, who doesn't relate to that, right? So great job on that. And eventually you did move on to offer to us the solution on how we could cope with it and not be bogged down with those adversities, and because eventually at the end we end up cherishing those times eventually. So I'd say that through that flow, the topic, it came a full circle, and that too very organically. And my only suggestion on improvement would be to, just work on your body language a little. But besides that, it was all in all a very great speech. Thank you.
So I agree with all the points given by evaluator Sakshi. And next, we'll move on to the second part, that is the tag team report. So for this, I would like to call the timer to present the report.
Yeah, I'll share my screen where I've noted each of the speakers and evaluators at times. Just please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. So here are the timings which I have noted. So everyone was well within the time limit. So speaker one, Prajna, has taken 5 minutes 45 seconds. Sakshi as evaluator has taken 1 minute 50 seconds. And for table topics, also all the speakers was well within their time limit, as you can see from the report. So I think I'll stop sharing if everyone has already seen. Yeah, that's it from my side. Back to Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saptanshu, for presenting the report. I would now like to call upon our counter, Toastmaster Venkatesh, to present the report.
Thank you, Lalita. So my counter report as follows. In today's meeting, I think we have limited uses of this expression. I think because of one reasons, and because of, I think, the theme of the day. So starting from the speeches, Prajna, she has used it 2 times. Toastmaster Sachi 2 times. So timer Saptanshu, he has used 1 times. Toastmaster Veena, she has used 1 times. Toastmaster Velavan 1 times. And Toastmaster Akshay 1 times. And 1 times. Back to you, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Counter Venkatesh Kumar, for presenting the report. I would now like to call upon grammarian Samita to present the report.
Thank you. So today's word of the day, cherished, was used by Jitendra Khanna. A round of applause for him that he has used the word of the day. I will talk about the good usage, that is moments of despair, take a step back, pave the way, blessing in disguise, huffing and puffing. When life throws a curveball at you, I pop up the question and super relatable. They were the good ones. And recommendation, there were some places where the same word like I think, was repeated. It can be made I think once and not being repeated. That is all from my side. Over to you.
Thank you to Mr. Samita for presenting such a detailed report. A big round of applause for the tag team for presenting the report. So I'll move on to the third part. That is my report. So the meeting started at 11:03 a.m. and the sergeant at arms, he set the ground rules. And one thing that he missed was he forgot to give the introduction of the presiding officer. Then moving on, otherwise the role was well performed by the sergeant at arms. And the second, the presiding officer performed the role well. She gave the introduction of the Toastmasters as well as the speakers dance Toastmaster, and also of the introduction of guests. So well performed presiding officer Veena. And now moving on to the TMOD Toastmaster Akshay. I think you're performing this role for the first time, right, Akshay, as a TMOD? But you performed the role really well. It didn't seem like this was the first time you're taken up this role. And you spoke on the theme, and you kept the audience engaged. So well performed. And one area of improvement is I believe you forgot to take the title of the speech. So it would be better if you had taken that in advance rather than asking the evaluator what is the title and then doing that part. So you could have taken this in advance. So that is one area of improvement. Otherwise, the role was performed well. And moving on to the speaker one, Toastmaster Pragna, I just have one area of improvement. You gave the speech was really very good. And the quotes that you used was very good. You kept the audience engaged and all. But only one area of improvement is your hands were clasped during this speech when you're giving. So this normally happens when we are nervous, unconsciously we keep our hands clasped. So this is one thing that you can just avoid. So just take care of this in your upcoming speeches. And second, moving on to the table topic master, Toastmaster Sankhya, you performed the role so well. You gave an example of one story, why this impromptu is really important for us. So you gave that example. So everyone, they could relate it so well. So if you tell some stories, people don't normally forget. So that you gave. So very well performed. And also the topic, whatever you chose, it was as per the theme. And I don't have any areas of improvement. You're done really well. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I'm now passing on the stage to TMOD Akshay.
Let's give a big round of applause for our general evaluator, Toastmaster Lalita. Now I would like to call upon all guests and Toastmasters to come on camera for our group picture. Toastmaster Veena, would you like to take the picture, screenshot?
Oh, sure, Toastmaster Akshay.
Toastmaster Siddharth, if you don't mind, can you please come on camera, possible? And Amod, guest, Toastmaster Amod. We can use the emoji.
Okay, I think my Zoom is acting up a bit. I'm not sure.
Shall I take it?
Okay.
Shall
Yep.
I take it?
Yes, Toastmaster Samita.
Yeah, all of you please look into the camera and please smile.
Sure.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Done.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. Now we will move to our next interesting session, Rockstar program, fifth Rockstar program. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Samita to share evaluation techniques. Toastmaster Samita, stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Timothy, Akshay. We are talking of evaluation. I would love to know, what do you think evaluation is? What is your opinion on evaluation? Yes, Saptanshu, can I hear from you?
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, is evaluation?
So, in my opinion, evaluation means how well the person has expressed the topic, like express the key areas of the topic, express the key points that the person wanted to tell to the audience, and how engaged the audience have been, like how interesting the whole presentation has been, so that the audience was able to take in whatever was given by the speaker. So I think those will be the main areas of evaluation.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Yeah, for me, the evaluation is as an evaluator, one has to be very observant that what went well and what could have been improved on. So, that observation and the articulation will what it makes for the other person to improve.
Yeah, thank you. And Jitendra Khanna, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, evolution come after introspection, because this is second step, and this is something we can say outcome. Outcome of everything is your evaluation, because it's going to give you a full sort of an inside out. It's very important part for any sort of a beginning, any sort of ending, and this is very vital to take forward this part to this format.
Yeah. So, wow, lovely. Because all our guests and all our fellow Toastmasters, they are aware of what is evaluation. And I'll come to you later, Toastmaster Venkatesh. Evaluation is a stepping stone to success. For me, evaluation is that element that enhances your success manifold. We as individuals always try to do our best wherever we are. If it is table topic or it is the speeches, we always try to give our best, but our best may not be our actual best. We can always improve upon. As an individual, I may not be aware where I am performing very well and where I can improve myself. And that is exactly the role of the evaluator. And that is what evaluation is all about. We are aware evaluation means over a period of time how a person can evolve into someone better. In Toastmasters, we do believe in the long-term gain. And in the long term, we divide our evaluations in a way where step by step, person who comes to enhance his speaking skills, enhance the leadership skills, get their opportunity to do so by the evaluators. They show us the way, they show us the light, the path, that yes, you can do this better, you can do this better. And of course, the best part of Toastmasters evaluation is they tell you where you have done well. That is very important. Occasionally, we forget, when we write commendation and recommendation, the commendation part becomes small and the recommendation is really long. So how do we evaluate? What is that format of evaluation? We will just discuss. And again, I need your participation. It will not be a speech. Definitely not. It will be a participatory effort where you will be participating and telling me what you feel like. During our evaluation, what are those few points, key points that we have to keep in mind? That will be the first part of what I'll be speaking about. I feel if there were no evaluators, we would all feel as if we are speaking like Shakespeare or Shashi Tharoor. But the reality would be far from it. We might be speaking like a squawking parrot, not aware of where and what we are, which stage we are in. Evaluation gives us that nudge that yes, you're good, but here, come on, what you need to do better. How to evaluate? Now, in Toastmasters, we have 3 types of evaluation. One is the table topic evaluation, one is our speech evaluation, and one is the contest evaluation. When it comes to the table topic, first let me take up table topics. How many of you, with a show of your hand, tell me, you feel frightened and that nervousness creeps in the moment the table topic master says, who will volunteer? Should I call out your names? Me too, yes. That impromptu speaking immediately brings the fear in us. And then, of course, we take the time to come out and speak. So as an evaluator, first point to keep in mind is that impromptu speaking is difficult. Most of them have to cross that fear to come in front of the camera and speak. You should encourage them. You should encourage the effort. If someone is coming for the first time on camera, trying to speak, maybe they have spoken for 30 seconds. It's okay. As I had mentioned, it's a long-term game. So encourage that person that next time try, you can speak till the green light, that is 1 minute. Encourage a person who could not speak more than 5 sentences. Give them some pointers on how they can speak. Like you could have added a story, you could have shared your personal experience, something which will encourage the person to come next time on camera and try again. We should be mindful for the fact that since we have been given the task of evaluating, our first role is to make sure that person comes back again, not to be so critical that a person feels frightened and never turns back again, especially a guest who has come for the first time or the second time. That is one thing that we have to keep in mind. Second, the feedback has to be where the person can improve on. Table topic is just for 2 minutes and it is impromptu. So there's not much time to prepare. Whereas if we look at speeches, which are 5 to 7 minutes long, there the speaker had time to learn, to write, to revise and come. Here, the evaluation, again, evaluator will keep in mind that this is a prepared speech. If it is an icebreaker, we need to be more empathetic because that's the first time. Do you all remember? How many of you remember your first icebreaker speech? Show your hands. Did you feel confident? No, not at all. We have, as evaluator, our work is to make sure that we give the right constructive feedback. We can say the person has gone wrong. Like for an icebreaker speech, maybe the speaker did not take any pause, spoke very fast. That is what I did during my first icebreaker speech. My evaluator had to tell me, slowly, Toastmaster, slowly. I was nervous. So will the others be? So either they might go very fast or they may go very slow. Be mindful while you are giving the evaluation that this is the first speech. And then comes the constructive criticism. You can talk about the content, you can talk about the pauses. In an icebreaker speech, please don't talk of body language, don't talk of vocal variety, because that's the first time they are coming. So as an evaluator, point to be kept in mind, whether it is a first speech or the person has already appeared for a few speeches and it is the level 3, 4, or maybe the second or third level. You can give according. Second important point is that keep in mind the project purpose. What is the project purpose? If the project purpose calls for vocal variety, please assess on that and then give your pointers on how to improve that. If the project purpose speaks of different leaderships, keep in mind that that is the first thing that you need to evaluate. Project purpose is very important. The next important thing is the pauses. Here, you need to listen carefully. So I'll give you 3 things as an evaluator which you need to do. For anything, let it be table topic, let it be long and short speeches. 1, active listening. You need to actively practice listening. Is listening easy? Do you find listening easy? No. Yeah, all the spouses will say, no, 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 no. Listening is really difficult. It's really, really very difficult. Active listening is difficult. So practice. If you want to become a good evaluator, you need to practice active listening. Second, you need to be empathetic. And third, you need to be genuine. Be genuine in your feedback. Coming back to the speeches that I was talking about. Now, in speeches, where can we start our evaluation? Now, there are so many things to write. What should we evaluate? That is a general confusion, which I also used to have initially. Now, there is an opening, there is a body, and there is a conclusion. There are 3 parts of a speech. How was the opening? Interesting? On the audience engagement? Did the body speak what was introduced and what the title was? And in conclusion, did the speech wrap up properly? Was the message really strong? Did the message come right at the end, or was it there from the beginning? These are the pointers which you can keep in mind for the structure of a speech. Next comes the body language. A common mistake that we do, see, even I, as in the Zoom background, the moment my hands move a little, it goes out. So if it is a body language or a speech where someone is standing up, encourage the participant to remove the virtual background. It becomes better when you speak. In Zoom, the problem we have is we don't have a room to walk or a stage, but we do have this box along with us. We can use the box till here, and this needs to be practiced. Where can I use my hand? Till which place is my hand visible? If my hand goes below this, then none of my hand gestures will be visible. The plus point is the facial expressions are much more clear. We can observe the facial expressions in a better way. These are the things you can observe. Encourage speakers to stand up and speak. Then at least the torso is visible. And the area to have our hand gestures are far more than sitting and speaking. Next is, what should I speak first? Should I speak about what didn't go right, or should I speak about what went right? What is your opinion? How should an evaluation start?
What went well?
Went positive.
Yeah.
That, yes.
With the positive point first, and then the areas of improvement would be in the
Areas
last.
of improvement. Okay. Are all speakers aware of their positive points?
not along, not always, they will not be knowing.
As an evaluator, it is our responsibility to make sure that we put the positive points of a speaker. All speakers are not aware of their positives. Encourage them to use more of their positives. If a speaker has clarity in speaking, the thoughts are very clearly arranged, pauses at the right time, is speaking looking to the camera, please encourage that. If someone has a very strong storytelling technique, they captivate the audience with their story. Maybe the other points, the body language and all, were not so great, but the storytelling was really great. Please highlight those points. Start with the title. A title should be such which gives us that idea of what it may be, and at the same time keeps us thinking what it can be. Writing a title takes some time. So if you can suggest a better title, a shorter title, more interesting title, please do so. Guide the person to how better could this title be. And of course, with examples. When you're speaking about the commendations, please make sure always commendations are more, recommendations are slightly less than commendations. We love to hear what the other person liked in our speech. Though it may not be my best speech, it may not be the speaker's best speech, but we need to encourage the speaker to come back again. So when we talk about the better qualities, the speech, how it went well, they will find it encouraging to come back and try. We always have the limitation, time limitation of how long we can speak in evaluation. It is better that we use that time to first speak of the commendation, then recommendation, and not more than 3 recommendations. Why 3? Why 3? Usually we say, no, 3 recommendations. Why 3? Why not 5? Why not 7?
It can be easy to work for that speaker to come back.
Yes. See, our aim of evaluation is to help the person to come back next time working on those. Now, if I give 7 recommendations, the person cannot do it. If I give 3 points, 3 key points, that these are the 3 things that you can work on. Make sure that your body language goes along with what you were saying. Your hand gestures can be used. Your hands were down, we could not see, or your hands were tied. You can use your hand gesture. You can use your body language. And another again. Next time when they're preparing the speech, they know these are the 3 things I have to keep in mind. These are the 3 things I have to put. Too many of them will distract. We don't want distraction. We want slow improvement. Every single time that they come back, we want improvement in them. So this is one improvement that they can do. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I mean, that's much Samita. Actually, one thing like your point is very valid in the sense like if we are giving too many comments, right, we cannot work on that one like for the next speech. But at the same time, we should also give like all other points as well, right? Like in the sense like these are the other points, maybe priority wise, maybe you can look into this one and then later. If you are not telling that one, maybe the speaker will not be able to look into that aspect. What do you suggest?
Yeah. So what I suggest is that what I feel, personally, I feel is that when we are looking at the pathway and the project level, you will know next level what is important. If a person is giving the 3rd speech and I talk of maybe many things together, the person will not be able. Whereas when the person is in level 5, there may be some things which you feel really strongly about that these things should be taken into account. you can definitely go for more recommendations. Or if the speaker wants to connect with you, you can also tell them where it is and how it is.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, clear.
Yes. Any other questions? See, no questions means I feel everyone has, they are happy with what is going on so far. And yeah, your smile says so. So I'll continue. Now, when we are, going with the evaluation part, sometimes as evaluators, we tend to put in too many things together, forgetting that as the speaker needs to have a pause and speak, we also as evaluator need to pause and speak. Our main aim is that this commendation and recommendation is understood by the speaker. So we need to pace it out. Pacing is very, very important in our evaluation. When we are talking of evaluation, the best practice would be to give examples. Like, if I am evaluating a speaker, I'll say, though your story was very, though your storytelling technique was really wonderful, what I do feel is that you needed to pace it out. When you said in the end, and then the door closed shut, you needed to take a pause there for the audience to absorb what you have just said. Instead of saying you needed to take a pause where the speaker may or may not understand where exactly to take a pause. If you demonstrate where to take the pause, it becomes easier for the speaker to know where and how to take the pause. When we are talking about the contest speeches, oh, sorry, I didn't speak about the long speeches. Tabletop, I have spoken about the speeches and the long format that we have, 20 minutes speech. 20 minutes is a very long time for a speech. The energy level of the speaker needs to be evaluated. We have to be mindful of that because 20 minutes, same energy to be maintained and audience engagement for that 20 minutes is extremely important. Whether questions were asked at the right time, whether audiences were engaged in show of hands or in writing in the chat box, answering questions. Did the speaker speak about something where they forced the audience to remember, recollect? Do you remember? Have all of us have felt this has happened? So these types of questions, whether it is there or not, for a long speech, it is very, very important for that particular aspect. This is all about evaluation of the two, table topic and speeches. I would just like you to give me a 1 second time. There's someone at the door. I just need to see. Just excuse me for 1 second. So sorry about that. Yeah. Any questions regarding the long speeches? The table topic and short speeches we have covered. Okay. So next is the contest speech that we talk about. In a contest, the speech criteria is given. What needs to be evaluated? And for that, each criteria, marks are allotted. Evaluating in a contest becomes relatively easier because of the framework. We need to stick to the framework. But here too, we need to have active listening. The challenge here is back-to-back speeches will be there. Your energy level, your active listening from the first speech to maybe the seventh speech, you need to involve yourself. Keep in mind that this is something I need to be mindful that my biases don't come in at that time because of the number of speeches that is going on and on. When it comes to the speech criteria, marks are given. It is usually the topic along with the speech clarity, use of words, and so on and so forth is given. When we are marking, before starting to mark, please have in your mind that clarity of how am I going to mark? That how am I going to mark becomes very important because that is where we understand, am I going to give marks based on these criteria in the sense that they have given you 10 marks. You can give those 10 marks. But how are you going to give those 10 marks? How are you going to distribute those marks? Very importantly, our biases should not come in between. Maybe a speaker is not speaking. Usually in the contest, the speakers are very good, but still, am I having a bias towards the speaker? Is my judgment getting clouded because of those? Maybe someone has mispronounced a word or not used that kind of language. Is that bias hampering my evaluation on the other fields also? So I'll just share the contest. See, here it is. This is how judging items and excellent, very good, good, fair. Analytical quality is clear and focused. What will be that 40? What will be that these criteria? Please go through those sheets very, very carefully. Recommendation, technique, whether it was sympathetic, whether it was sensitive, if that motivation was there or not there, whether the summary was coincides, whether the summary done was encouraging. These areas, marks, everything has been given. We need to decide before we start judging what will be my criteria of evaluation. Whom will I give how much marks based on my criteria? That needs to be fixed in your mind. Lastly, for judgment, when we sit on judgment, it is very, it is a human nature to say, I know I could have done better. These are this many criteria. This is right, that is wrong. We become involved, too much involved with the process. Remember, the goal of evaluation is where we can take a person to the next step. The goal of evaluation is not to show a person critically down, tear up the speech or say this was not good. Maybe the person came for the first time, spoke for just a minute in a 4 to 5 minute speech. Maybe. It's okay. It's okay. See how you can encourage the person. Maybe a person has spoken for 5 minutes and the person has spoken very well. Don't say it's a good speech. Good will never give the next step. Good is a very generic answer. Refrain from that. Listen actively. You will find places where it could have been better. Because we all can do better than what we are doing at present. The next step is always in front of us. So when someone has given you the responsibility that you need to evaluate, take that very seriously. Listen actively. Be very mindful. Be genuine. See which level that person is speaking at. And evaluation should come accordingly. Make sure that you talk about the starting, the body, and the ending, the summary. Give 4 to 5 commendations of what went well. And those 3 important recommendations which the speaker can improve upon in the next speech itself. In the very next speech, which are the 3 things that the speaker can improve. Maybe there are a lot. And that's the beauty of Toastmaster. Every time you're coming, you are giving a speech and there is scope for improvement. Don't put too many recommendations together. See what can be done in that. 1, 2, and 3 recommendations max. Yes, any questions? Okay, there are no questions. Then I'll hand over the stage.
Samita, just
Yes.
one thing. If you can also, share the evaluation sheet, not from the contest, but from the regular speeches, like, yeah.
What is to be written? Yeah, just give me 1 minute time. I'll show you that.
Also, TM Samita, like the long speeches, like the duration of long speeches, you have mentioned like the energy level is the primary criterion which need to be verified. Is there anything else which we need to be kind of looking specifically for that one? There are certain things like the clarity or the pace, everything is there, but is there anything else apart from that since it's a long duration one?
Why did I speak of energy is that rest of all we have to do. Body language, vocal variety, content, message given, audience interaction, everything is there. Only that energy level, because most of the time we feel that the energy level, in the end it goes down. We have to be mindful of that. We are also observing for that 20 minutes. Our energy also, we need to be mindful that my active listening is good for first 10 minutes, and is it going down? Because that 20 minutes, we are all creature of today, all very addicted to social media and all that. So our level of attention span is also not that good.
Okay, got your point. Thank you.
Yeah. So like this is one sheet I am showing you. The speech title, then the purpose statement is there. From here, you can understand what you need to look for. Like this is the purpose for the project is for member to apply his or her understanding of social media to enhance and establish or a new social media presence. So here the person is, you will be looking into the speech with this purpose. Share some aspects of his or her experience establishing or enhancing a social media presence. So through the content of the speech, you have to keep in mind that whether experience or some aspect has been shared or not in the speech. And for evaluators also, these are the points already given. Go through this page very, very carefully. Once you go through this page, you will find that you get the exact things that you have to look for. Like in this social media presence, for example, share some aspect of his or her experience establishing a social media presence. Now, here it may be that they are talking of one of the social media, like Instagram, for example, or Facebook, or WhatsApp presence will not be counted here. YouTube will be counted. YouTube, Instagram, Thread, Pinterest, all those. And the journey. That is important. And then there is a very good evaluation form at the bottom. Here, you get each and every aspect, like clarity. What do you mean by clarity? Spoken language is clear and easily understood. Is it understood? Is it not understood? Vocal variety, tone, speed, and volume. Eye contact, effectively using eye contact to engage audience. Now, again, here we have to keep in mind that eye contact means contact with the camera. Whether the speaker is looking at the camera and speaking. Gestures, physical gestures, audience awareness, awareness of audience engagement, comfort level. This is another interesting fact, comfort level, whether the person is comfortable in front of the camera. Now, see, where does this come into play is that a person who is coming for the first time and is speaking is not comfortable in front of the camera. But 3 levels down, if you give the commendation, you were very comfortable in front of the camera, immediately the confidence level of the speaker goes up. That this is what I have been working for. I was very shy in front of the camera. I couldn't look at the camera. I couldn't interact with the audience. And today that comfort level has come. My evaluator has noticed it and has given me in the commendation that I had good connect with the audience and I looked at the camera. And then there's the interest and the topic, how it is. Yes. So these resources are all available in the Toastmaster website. When we become an evaluator, we should be going through this evaluation resource form, go through all the criteria properly, and then while evaluating, keep in mind that these are the points that we need to evaluate in this particular speech. There is, Toastmaster has made it very easy for us, has given everything ready-made to us. We just need to open it, read it, reiterate it in our mind, make sure as an evaluator, we are not principals here, or we are not someone to, find out the mistakes here. We are someone along with the speaker in their journey to make them a better speaker and us a better evaluator. It's give and take. The more we evaluate, the more we learn about speech better than a speaker. Because you're sitting on the other side of the fence. It becomes easier for you to understand many things which as a speaker may or may not have struck us. So I encourage everyone to take up evaluator's role. Yes, any other points? Anything you want me to speak about?
Maybe one more point in the sense, like, see, sometimes we as a speaker, some days will be confident, then for long duration, everything will be okay. Sometimes it will go down, but at sometimes it will be a lot of glitches would be there. So the evaluation should be mentioning that, like how often we are doing, or maybe going out of the scope of evaluation. Or how do we evaluate? Because sometimes if it is long duration, everything was okay, and then slight glitches are there. Or how do we differentiate and tell? I mean, that should be separately differentiated and mentioned to the speaker, right? How that need to be, how diligent we should be there actually to actually mention that.
When we are evaluating, all the points that comes to our mind should be written. All the points that you are feeling that this didn't go well, this didn't go well. While speaking, please speak accordingly. Be genuine. It was a long speech. You were doing really fantastic. There were certain places where you could have done, and then mention where the glitches went. You have already said that the speech was fantastic, and there were certain glitches. You have used the word certain glitches, means it was not the overall speech that was being hampered. It was certain places, there were certain things which didn't go well. So that is okay. That is okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Or even if you have seen the speaker before and you are seeing the speaker, like you were the evaluator for maybe level 1 and again for level 3, you were the speaker, you can always say that, like Veena, your speaking style has improved a lot. You appear to be so confident in front of the camera. Yes, you were today, Veena. You appeared a lot confident in front of the camera. So we can, if we are evaluated in 2-3 places of the same speaker, we can definitely mention that. So all the guests who were there, as our, we have put it out, the link to join in the guest WhatsApp group. And if you all are interested in become a part of this beautiful club. See, our club is so good, you can just find out from the background we have today. We celebrate everything and we go along with, the flow of the year, learning with fun. We do learn, but we have a lot of fun on the way. And our general evaluator is there, Toastmaster Lalita, Tehnique, Toastmaster Akshay, Toastmaster Sankhya. All of them are together, Toastmaster Veena, Toastmaster Arun. We all together, Velavan, Toastmaster Velavan, all of them are together and we have a wonderful journey. So whoever the guest, you can think about coming and joining us every single Sunday to learn and have fun and enjoy your Sunday. Okay, with that, Tehnique Akshay, the mic is yours.
Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Samita. Thank you for your insightful session on evaluation techniques. I'm sure this session empower all the evaluators to enhance their skills and provide constructive feedback to speakers.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now I would like to hand over to Presiding Officer Toastmaster Veena for closing the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akshay. Thank you everyone for joining. As presiding officer of meeting 362, I officially end the meeting. Since the meeting is ended and the recording has stopped,